Welcome back to Art with Ryan. Today we're doing another progress of one of my pieces. So before we begin, go ahead and hit the subscription below and the notification bell above. Thank you again for joining me. So if this is your first time joining us, we're going to be looking at this Balenciaga from fall 2007. This is one of my favorite pieces because I love a fur collar. You saw the reference photo at the beginning. So if this is your first time joining us, you will see that we go through these images 3 times. That's right, folks, 3 times. And what happens in those 3 times is the first time we look at each image for 4 seconds. So you'll see there's slowly changes of buildups of color. What happens next is that we look at each image for 1 second, and finally we look at each image for 0.2 seconds, which goes really quickly. And then at the very, 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 very end, we look at everything together, side by side, and I say goodbye. Now, this is a Balenciaga, as I said, from 2007. It's one of my favorite collections. The Lego shoe was introduced into this collection, and it was by far amazing to me. This is needlepoint, again, not cross-stitch, because needlepoint only is one direction. It's kind of like embroidery in that sense, that it's only doing kind of half the lifting, I guess you would say, versus all the lifting that you would see in normal cross-stitch. Now you're seeing that I'm working from the bottom up and then filling in the gaps. It was a lot of fun making this image because I loved this collection in fashion so much. It was probably one of my favorite pieces to make. But I feel like I say that about a lot of these things, that they're my favorites. Well, I mean, if you're going to put, I think this took 4 days to make, but if you're going to spend that much time, again, the reference image, and here it is starting all over again. Now we're looking at each one for 1 second. But if you're going to spend that much time looking at images, I would hope that you would like what you're working on, because if you don't, it would be real sad. Just real sad. So you see how it's going a lot faster, and you're also seeing things fill in. So I'm trying to start from the bottom and work my way up. So that way you can see kind of like, I feel like it gets better as I do that. Here, we're doing the last one now, 0.2 seconds. So this is going to fill in real quickly. And then here we have side by side. And then you can see how the reference versus the sewn one, like there's some things that I had to compromise on color to get as much detail as possible for something about 3 to 4 inches tall. No, this one's about 4.5 to 5 inches tall. So anyway, thanks for joining me here on Art with Ryan. And don't forget to hit the subscription box below and the notification bell above.